Hello, I am Ravi Reddy, resident editor of the Hindu Telangana. With me today is political editor R. Ravikanth Reddy. We would be discussing about the Lok Sabha elections to Telangana, which is in the fourth phase, and 17 Lok Sabha constituencies go to polls on May 13th. Today we will be discussing the prospects of the three major parties that are in the contest here, along with AIMIM, which is contesting in one seat in Hyderabad Lok Sabha. Given the previous scenario of 2019 elections, if you look at the statistics, BRS roamed home with 9 seats, and BJP was a surprise winner in 4 Lok Sabha seats. Congress came a poor third with 3 seats, and AIMIM retained its seat of Hyderabad with much higher margin. What was surprising during the 2019 election was the Congress was almost wiped out, but it managed to stay in contention by winning 3 seats after a miserable performance in the assembly elections. If you look at the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, which were held after the formation of the state of Telangana for the first time, elections were held in the United Andhra Pradesh. BRS won 9 seats. Then we had Congress in 2 seats, TDP won 1 seat, YSR Congress won 1 seat in Khammam, and then we had BJP in 1 seat and AIMIM also in 1 seat. But the scenario this time is totally different, with high stakes elections in place out in Telangana, with all the top leaders right from the Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy campaigning vigorously for the party's victory and roping in Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi in the days to come. Similarly is the case with BRS, with former Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao almost on the roads with a bus yatra for the last 17 days. Despite 2-day ban by the Election Commission for his defamatory speech at one of the election rallies, he has not gone back. He has again resumed his bus yatra with fairly good turnout of the voters out there. And coming down to the BJP, none else other than the Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as the Home Minister Amit Shah, they have been frequenting the state for a long time now. And it's a very prestigious election for the BJP, which is hoping to win at least 10 seats in Telangana. Now we'll get back to the detailed analysis of the scenario in these elections. I would request Ravikanth to give a perspective about the Congress party's prospects in this election.
Well, Congress is in power in Telangana, and it has come to power after 10 years, and it is the first time that Congress is ruling the state in the state of Telangana after it was bifurcated from Andhra Pradesh. And in the last assembly elections, Congress secured 39.8% of votes compared to around 37.8% of votes of BRS. But you know, in the circumstances given, I think the performance of Congress in the assembly elections was unexpected because the percentage of vote share they gained was by almost 11%, which is huge for any political party in any election. Whereas the BRS party, which was ruling till 2023, lost its vote share by 10%. Well, whether that kind of vote share will continue in the parliament elections is quite difficult to say. But one thing, Congress is definitely being in the power. It has its resources, it has its entire machinery at its disposal, and it is fresh from victory. And also among the people mindsets, it's just been just 4 months that this Congress government has come. So there's definitely a lot of positivity about the Congress party. So Congress definitely hopes to use this and ride on this positiveness to garner as many as seats. The Congress campaign is spearheaded by Mr. Revanth Reddy, the Chief Minister of Telangana, and he single-handedly is touring and has taken up the responsibility of the campaign, and joining him for a few meetings Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Apart from this, one big aspect, I think what Congress did, the Congress High Command did, was to confine their ministers to their respective constituencies. I think this will really help the party in consolidating the votes, consolidating the vote share, as well as managing a lot of things at the ground level. Ever since the party high command asked them, all the ministers, concerned ministers, are now in their respective constituencies, and they have not come to Hyderabad since then. So that shows that the party is quite committed and making a strong effort to win maximum seats. And at the same time, Mr. Revanth Reddy is travelling across the state. Of course, he is a crowd puller because of his strong Telangana dialect. He connects to the people, just like Mr. KCR does in using Telangana dialect. Mr. Revanth Reddy, speeches are quite followed, and obviously he gets a lot of crowds, and he is able to pull the crowds. So then one positive reason which Congress hopes on to get maximum seats. And the issues Mr. Revanth Reddy is trying to rake up are not just confined to the state. In fact, he has built a new narrative for the election because he knows that the BJP is the strongest opposition in Telangana in the parliament elections now. So he has raked up the reservations issue and the constitution issue. Now he has been alleging that if BJP comes to power, the reservations for the downtrodden will go, the SC, ST, BC reservations will be vanished, and there will be the BJP will make all efforts to change the constitution with the sole intention of removing reservations. I think this narrative has really caught up, because all the other issues which the BRS or other political parties are trying to rake up in their campaign, it is this one particular issue that has really caught up. So much so that the Prime Minister himself has to clarify in his Hyderabad meeting that as long as he is alive, the reservations will not go. And similarly, the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat came to Hyderabad and he clarified it. So you can understand the kind of impact that particular narrative made in the Congress campaign, and they really hope to keep it on for another 1 week when the campaign ends. Well, as far as the BRS party is concerned, it was down with for various reasons, because they lost power, which they think it was unexpected, and they lost power. Though the BRS claims that, and in fact it's a fact that the percentage of votes, the difference of percentage of votes between BRS and Congress is just 1.85. But if you take out Hyderabad, the difference in the rural areas where the BRS was supposed to be very strong because of the various welfare schemes, the difference is quite huge. And in Hyderabad, and the difference came down to 1.85% because of the fantastic performance of BRS in Hyderabad area, in the greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation area, where 24, which has 24 seats, and BRS bagged I think 16 seats in that. And its friendly ally at that time, the All India Majlis-e-Ittihad al-Muslimin party, headed by Mr. Owaisi, bagged 7 seats. So so that I think the percentage of votes backed by BRS in Hyderabad actually reduced that gap. Or else, if you only look at the rural areas, the difference between Congress and the BRS is a bit high. So in that sense, we can assume that Congress will do very well in the rural areas. In Hyderabad, this time BRS may not really do well for 2 reasons, though they have 16 MLA candidates here. One is because the Hyderabad urban area, there's a lot of BJP influence. People look at this particular election from a national narrative, where Mr. Modi factor is huge. And another reason is the Muslim vote. The Muslims backed the BRS strongly in Hyderabad, but this time they are not together. And Mr. Asudin Owaisi is also very clear that they are not with BRS right now. So the Muslim vote may not really go to BRS. So that may hamper their chances of winning or any prospects of winning seats in Hyderabad and in and around Hyderabad, like the Medchal Malkajgiri district or the Rangareddy district, abutting the main Hyderabad district. Well, these are the 2 reasons I could see why BRS may not really do well. But one most positive aspect of this entire election scenario is, the way Mr. KCR has been drawing crowds. Ever since he has come out onto the roads through his bus yatra, he's attracting good crowds and he's attacking the government in his usual style. And he can connect with people very well. And there are some issues definitely because of the heat conditions, the drought situation because of poor monsoon last year. The government, the Congress will definitely face some issues, though it may not be their fault, but still people would like to blame any government which is in power. So it all depends on how well Mr. KCR translate his growing popularity in the rural areas, or the support he is getting through his meetings, how he translate them into votes has to be seen. BRS, in my view, is facing its toughest election, and it will have some tough time in Telangana now, unless it gets 1 or 2 seats. Its political survival would be in question. But given its strong base in Mr. KCR's charisma, I think there are 2 positive factors that the party can look for. And now I think, Ravi, you can talk about BJP, the prospects of it in Telangana.
If you look at the 17 Lok Sabha seats spread across Telangana, North Telangana we have 8 Lok Sabha seats, primarily in Old Warangal, Karimnagar, Adilabad, Nizamabad district and Medak also, which is part of Mr. KCR's earlier constituency. So a tour of these parts last week gave a very different perspective in terms of the ground reality. If we go around Adilabad constituency or Karimnagar or Nizamabad constituency, it was very, very clear that the contest seems to be between the Congress and the BJP. Incidentally, the 3 seats are represented presently by the BJP incumbent MPs, and the scenario seems to be same because of the various reasons after the assembly elections, the weakening of the BRS in these districts, which comprise 6 constituencies, wherein a lot of BRS cadets have migrated to the Congress party, and which has led to a lot of loss of grassroots level support for the BRS. At the same time, Congress has gained much because of the defections of the BRS leaders into the party. But at the ground level, if you look at the sentiment wise, the candidates of the Bharatiya Janata Party are very open in admitting, saying that please vote for BJP and look at Mr. Modi as its face. They are not going ahead and saying that please vote for me. They say it's Modi's image that should be taken into consideration while you go to the polling booth for exercising your. And another important aspect is it's a very clear polarization is visible in at least Adilabad, Nizamabad and other Karimnagar constituencies, where the Hindu and the Muslim divide looks very, very clear. And a surprising factor is that the Muslims seems to have rallied solidly behind the Congress party, unlike the assembly elections wherein the Muslim votes were divided between the BRS and the Congress party. But this time, it seems the general tendency and the general feedback from the Muslim community is saying that even if we vote for the BRS candidate, it might translate into support for the BJP in the days to come. So they are very clear about their voting preferences as of now in North Telangana. Coming down to South Telangana, Congress has been very strong, and the assembly elections outcome clearly shows that the Congress has swept lot of districts, particularly Mehboob-Nagar, Nalgonda district and Khammam. These were the three districts which sent the maximum number of MLAs to the assembly, and you have a lot of strong Congress leaders going out of way to ensure that the victory of the party candidates per se. And coming down to the BRS situation, at least in Medak district and couple of other constituencies, the BRS seems to be comfortable in the sense. With the good response to the roadshows of Mr. KCR, they are hopeful of making some inroads and trying to revive its fortunes in the Lok Sabha elections. If you come down to South Telangana, again it will be triangular fight. In some constituencies, it could be a straight fight between the Congress and the BJP. In certain constituencies, it will be BRS. And if you come down to Hyderabad Lok Sabha seat, a very interesting fight is on. The Bharatiya Janata Party has out of blue brought in Madhavi Lata as its candidate to take on Mr. Asad Owaisi, who has been representing the constituency for 4 terms as of now. So, there is lot of enthusiasm among the BJP cadres in Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituencies. If not the winning the seat, but they are able to make their impact felt. None other than Union Home Minister Amit Shah has campaigned in the old city, which is usually unheard of. Like BJP has not been so aggressive in the previous elections in old city of Hyderabad, but this time it has made its mark. And even though MIM, which has got 7 MLAs in the assembly, it's quite comfortable in the Lok Sabha seat. But Congress is nowhere in the picture. But BJP is sure to gain some vote share in Hyderabad Lok Sabha seat. Overall, if you look at the scenario, it will be a triangular fight as of now, with just a week ahead of the polling schedule. With just a week left for the polling in Telangana, the situation seems to be quite clear, with the Congress looking at improving its tally from 3, and BRS is also in the process of trying to better its mark and try to revive its fortunes in this election. And BJP is very, very aggressive, and it's confident of at least crossing the double digit figure in Telangana, which is very vital for the party. Ravi, I feel the elections in the days to come, do you think there will be some change in the campaign style of the leaders, or it is going to make any difference, or the tempo will continue in the last few days of the campaign?
Well, more or less, I think the narrative is set. It's going to be BJP versus Congress in majority of the constituencies, with the BRS also chipping in one or two constituencies. But the narrative, it's going to be it's Modi versus the Congress. And one aspect I would look is coming out of Mr. KCR, to meet people. I think that might change the BRS fortunes a little bit, but I'm not too sure whether it's it's too late or too early for him to come out. Had he been in a position to come out a month before, perhaps things would have been different. He might not have added, increased the tally of the expected 1 or 2 seats, but definitely he would have dented the impact of the Congress or the BJP, whomever he targeted. As of now, Mr. KCR is targeting both the Congress as well as Mr. Modi. I think it's going to be a personality oriented election where it's Modi versus almost Revanth Reddy here, and Mr. KCR's impact would be huge, and because there is no other tall leader than him within the BRS. What kind of difference he is going to make in this 1 week may not really hamper the chances of BJP or Congress, but it would definitely dent someone. Who would it dent? I think it would be difficult to explain now.
This election is quite interesting in the sense that it will be a very prestigious election for the Chief Minister he is facing after coming to power. His performance also hinges on the number of seats that Congress party has to win in this election. At the same time, KCR will also be trying to set the record straight, saying that still BRS is relevant in Telangana politics, and the BJP trying its best to bring in Mr. Modi and Amit Shah to improve its prospects. Let's see what happens on May 13 elections.